to read from page 47. Has to do with meditation. And since we've talked so much about meditation, I thought that it would help to go over this. It's page 47, second paragraph. I just thought it would be useful to go over the benefits because most of us are looking for a way to start or continue our meditation. And this talks about contemplative meditation. And I thought I would ask you, what is the difference between just meditation and contemplative meditation?
Okay, what is meditation and contemplative meditation? Well, let's talk about contemplative meditation first.
Okay.
In contemplative meditation, our mind is very active. It is not a meditation in which the mind is silenced, but the mind is
Searching.
very active in listening, very active in observing, very active in a number of different things. I mean, for instance, prayer is a mindful meditation. Okay, reflecting on the books, reflecting on the reading, but all of that are mindful. Say, for instance, we want to go into the mysteries of certain incidences, certain words in the Bible. And if we are searching for mysteries, we are searching with our mind very active, with prayers to the Holy Spirit, and we are listening to Him talking to us. Okay, that's how we learn the mysteries. He will lead us, He will inspire us, He will create sparks in us. He will enlighten us, He will do all sorts of things. See, so that is contemplative meditation. Whereas when you are looking at the meditation of mindlessness, so in other words, contemplative meditation is a mindful meditation.
Right.
Mindless meditation is exactly what Psalm 91 talks about in the beginning. You are just holding on to His neck. It doesn't matter what He does, whether He's going to soar up in the air or He's going to sit there on the branch of a tree. It doesn't matter to you. For you, you are just, wrapped your hands around His thing and you're buried in His neck. And you're not thinking about anything. You're only basking in His fragrance, basking in His life, in His love. You're basking in the security He gives us. What that is going to do to you, it doesn't matter to you.
So you have no control of the direction it's going in.
Not in the meditation of mindlessness.
What about if you want more?
What?
If your mind wants more,
Well, then you
get it.
Then you are mindful.
Okay.
That means mindful meditation. It's a prayer. In other words, if you were to kind of narrow it down, it actually is a prayer. Mindful meditation is a prayer. Even if you are exploring into the mysteries of in the Bible or in any of your readings, and when you ask the Holy Spirit to reveal that information to you, the mysteries to you, you are listening and you are praying, you are interacting. Prayer is not a one-way thing. Prayer is interaction. Prayer is you talking, Him listening. Him talking, you listening. That's what prayer is.
No, not very many people realize that.
Well, I mean, we are not talking about very many people. We are talking about you.
Yeah.
Okay? And how you are going to benefit from it. Because spirituality is about self. Then the self evolving into a universal being. But that's a much later stage. But it begins with self. It begins with you and you alone.
Do you think you have to learn contemplative meditation and be able to do it before you venture into mindless meditation.
Absolutely. You need to learn to crawl before you run a marathon.
Right. Okay.
Your body and your mind and even your consciousness needs to go through a variety of adjustments, before you can really go into the mindlessness part of it. See, mindlessness, when I say mindlessness, it is a state, where few of us saints have been there. I even met two of them. For them, they are in that consciousness of, which in Hinduism and in Buddhism talk about is, which is nirvana. It's a consciousness, where the mind doesn't have a role to play. You see what I mean? You are basking in the love of God, and your mind is meaningless, your words are meaningless, everything is meaningless. The only thing you are left with is joy. If anybody asks you a question, you would either laugh or just smile at him with a beaming face. That's all you can do. See, that's how people in the mindless state are like.
So the mindless state, what you feel when you're in that is joy.
It is absolute pure joy.
Pure joy. Not thought of joy.
Pure, an embodiment of love and joy. That's all you are.
Mm-hmm.
You're not thinking of anything. You don't want to do anything. You don't even have the inclination to do anything.
So what you feel is what your mind decides to feel, if anything.
The condition of your mind being engaged itself is not there.
Oh, I see.
You see, that is what mindlessness is all about.
It decides whether it wants to think or not.
Yeah, that means your mind is engaged. Whether it wants to think, whether it wants to go and get something to eat, whether it wants to go to the bathroom, whatever it is,
Let's hope it's not all at once.
Yeah. But that's what it is. That's really what it is. When your mind is occupied, you are not in nirvana. When you are in nirvana, your mind has no role to play, absolutely no role to play. It's just an energy converged, with the Supreme Consciousness. That's it. See, energy doesn't have a mind to think.
What is the best way to learn contemplative meditation?
Prayer.
Okay, it starts with prayer.
Prayer. And prayer, always pray, for that contemplative mindset.
Mm-hmm.
You really need to start praying a lot. Pray to the Holy Spirit, because He's the one who is going to teach you everything according to Jesus. So it needs to be an intense, prayer experience with the Holy Spirit. And if you are not as comfortable praying to the Holy Spirit, because a lot of us are not, you see what I mean? And then start praying to Mother Mary, because Mother Mary is the person in the entire creation who met the apex of spiritual realization that is humanly possible. Okay? That is humanly possible. I'm not talking about divine possibilities. I'm talking about human possibilities. And Mother Mary is the one who reached the apex of it. Okay?
I believe that because I think I already do it most of the time.
Yeah. So,
Because she's a girl. She's a
Yeah,
female.
it helps, doesn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
but it's not only that, pray to her. If you are not comfortable praying to the Holy Spirit, pray to Mother Mary. Pray for her, intervention. Pray for her intercession. Pray for her help. See, she is someone who reaches out to you. See, Elizabeth did not invite Mother Mary. She went there. See, people did not come and complain, we are run out of wine, help us with the wine. They didn't go to Mother Mary. She went to them. See, so Mother Mary is someone who can actually go out of the way to help you, whether it is providence or not. Even Jesus was fighting with Mother Mary. It's not my time. I am not going to do anything. She didn't listen. But she will go out of the way to help you. All you need to do is ask her. All you need to do is ask her. One of the most powerful prayers, in Catholicism.
Hail Mary.
You know what that is?
Full of grace.
Hail Mary, full of grace.
Blessed art thou amongst women. Blessed is, okay.
Just the first part.
Okay.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Guess who said that?
I can't remember.
Gabriel. The angel showed up to do that. And guess what Mother Mary did to that prayer? Gave herself to the will of God. The most powerful prayer you can ever pray. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee.
That's my favorite.
That's it. See, that's it. And if you say that prayer again and again and again, that's enough to set you into the contemplative meditation. Ask her for her help. I want to get to know your son. I want to follow all the way to Calvary with you. I want to hear you. I want to listen to you. I want to be your son, as St. John the Apostle was. Teach me. She taught everything to St. John the Apostle. So pray to her. And the praying to Mother Mary is a phenomenal prayer. Phenomenal prayer. Then the Holy Spirit will evolve into after that. But take me to Jesus. Take me to your son. I want to see your son. I want to touch your son.
So after you pray that prayer in earnestness,
Yeah.
the contemplative meditation
Then
will
just
evolve.
Then just be in her presence. That's all.
Okay.
Just be in her presence. Allow her in your presence. Be in her presence. Interact with her. Interact with her. After all, she is not God. She is human. Interact with her. She knows what you're going through. She knows what your aspirations are. She knows what your handicaps are. She knows what is troubling you. She knows all of that. See, she can relate to it. It's not that, I'm not saying God cannot, but if you want to trust a human to relate to you, she is the person.
I completely believe you because obviously it's happened with you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I fight with her. Are you really listening? I'll ask her. And that's the way it ought to be. If I'm a son, don't you think I have the right to ask her? Are you really listening to me?
Yeah, sounds like you have a good relationship with her.
Yeah.
That's partly my fault. I was one of those weekend prayers. Seemed like it was too hectic to pray, and I
God
didn't.
bless you.
And I tried to make up for it on Sunday, but we just had the Blessed Mother's Immaculate Conception holiday in our faith, but it just didn't fall on the right day.
It's always another day.
No, the problem is, a lot of Christians, especially Catholics, we just want to believe and forget it. We don't want to go deeper into it. And we think spirituality is something for the priest and the nuns. It's not for us. That's the way we are. Yeah. And the church also believes, well, spirituality is for us, not for you. You are seculars. We are religious. So, but that's not the way it ought to be. That's not the way it ought to be. So talking involves listening. See, if we shut our ears off and there's only one-way communication going on, that is not prayer. Prayer involves listening.
Now, a lot of people would say that listening to God is difficult. What do you say to that? Hearing from God.
Look, listening to anything is difficult. Okay? I mean, look, I can hear a bird singing out there. Am I listening to it? I'm not. But the thing is, if I really tune my ears to listen to the bird sing, I can. See, it really is a matter of how we train our senses to listen. It really is, that's what it is all about. God talks to us all the time. The reason why we don't hear it, our sensories are not as trained to do that. See, we are not. I mean, the human senses are so strong. We can, by our mind, we can separate the air we breathe. If we only want oxygen, we can breathe in oxygen. To that extent, our sensory receptors can be tuned. See, this is a big thing in the Zen culture. All the martial arts and all of those trainings and everything. It really has to do with how we train our sensory receptors, to pretty much anything and everything out there.
And we can pray about asking God.
We
to help us
can.
with that. Yes.
We can. See, so it's not a matter of, not us being able to listen, but we need to be able to listen. And that is something we need to train our sensory organs to, to come into, to play into. That's what we have to do. Now, how do we get there?
I pray for.
You pray for. You pray to Mother Mary. Pray to Mother Mary and make an effort. If you are going to fail, okay, pray again, make an effort. You're still not going to get it, pray again, make an effort. It's you really have to keep on doing it. It's quite hard without it.
Was there ever a time when it was difficult for you to meditate?
Yeah, for years and years and years. You think meditation is easy? No, it's not. It's not. Especially for a Christian, it's very hard.
Why is that?
Because our mind is not tuned to seek. Our mind is tuned to believe. So when you believe, there is nothing to seek. See what I mean? So seeking is something,
You have to ask God to help you.
Yeah. I mean, in the religious communities and all of that, it is there.
This is what you do when you pray. You're asking for help. Lots of times.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, even asking for help is hard for us.
Yes.
You see, it is hard for us
But you don't
because
stop if you need it.
if you're asking for help, it also implies that you're not believing in something. See what I mean?
I see what you mean, but I don't remember ever feeling that way.
That's really what it is. I mean, even when you are, say, for instance, see, I don't understand the Immaculate Conception of Mary. Okay? Church says it is a mystery, accept it. But the important thing is we need to listen. We need to listen. When we listen, I mean, really, there is absolutely no mysteries, when it comes to the wisdom of God. No mysteries. Everything is out in the open. You can learn so many things from the Holy Spirit. There is literally no end to it. Literally no end to it. What did Jesus say before he ascended into heaven? Holy Spirit is going to come and teach you everything. What is the church is doing? Church is telling us, we have all the truth. Everything is but the truth. No, don't even ask. Read the Bible. That is the truth. If you read the last verse in St. John's Gospel, it says, if I have to write everything about Jesus and what he did and what he is like, the world cannot contain the number of books that could be written. So there is infinite number of books and infinite number of knowledge out there about Jesus we still don't know. Okay?
Obviously.
We still don't know.
Yeah.
And you know what? Jesus validated that. He did not keep that a secret from us. He said, Holy Spirit will come and teach you everything.
And basically he's saying, you want to start reading? It's a good idea.
Yeah, that's the beginning. That's it. That is where you start. You start, with the book. You start with listening. Then you need to develop that nature to nurture a relationship with the Holy Spirit. Because the only person who is going to teach you everything is He Himself. Mother Mary will take you to Him. That she will.
But she's not going to read you what he wants to say.
But she is not the source of wisdom. The source of wisdom is the Holy Spirit Himself.